your home, it matters. You're there to make a difference.
Yeah. Okay. This is a celebration today, right? I wanted balloons and I wanted.
I'm blowing the horns.
I know. I wanted horns to blow and like Eric's like, do you need all that stuff?
By the way, welcome to Home Matters.
I forgot to say that.
We're
Yes,
glad
I'm
you joined
Gena,
us. And just in
Eric.
case you don't know why, she is kind of pumped. This is episode number
200
200
of these
Matters.
that we've done. And I was thinking earlier, the very first one we ever did was actually in this room. And then we kind of moved to another little smaller studio. And hopefully within the next year, we'll be in a different studio, right?
That's right.
That's what we're working on. So
Yeah, almost 4 years. If you joined us early on, you've been listening off and on, maybe, or every week. Maybe. I wonder if there's anybody out there that's listening to every episode.
I know several months back there was because a lady
that's
told
amazing.
me that she had not
about,
ever missed one. So that's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yep.
But
Yeah, and
Anyway.
you see, if you're watching today, you see we're not alone. You can go
we're
watch
celebrating with friends.
on some of the platforms that show video. But again, with that, we welcome some of our folks here. And again, I told them early on, I made they're very intentional. It's the reason we ask these couples. There are other people that are very intentional, but they're very intentional about their marriage, about their relationship. I'm sure they're perfect marriages, and perfect relationships.
Right.
Got moms and dads here. You got empty nesters. You've got a couple here that don't have
newlyweds,
kids yet.
but a lot closer to being newlyweds than we are.
How
what,
far?
2 years?
How far?
We just hit 3 years a couple days
Three?
ago.
Wow,
Yep.
3 years already.
And this is Jordan and Emily.
Yeah.
by the way.
Why don't you tell us, who are you?
Jordan and Emily Babb.
Where are you from?
We are from Simpsonville, South Carolina, and been at the church since 2019. Her
Beach
since,
Springs.
2022.
Yeah, 2022. Beach Springs.
Yeah,
Church.
Jordan actually is on staff here.
Yep.
And works our children, assimilation, different roles.
And just for the record, probably the coldest, wettest wedding I've ever attended in my entire life.
That's
but
very true still.
That's something totally different.
And
Okay.
I was sick.
And
she was
over
sick. Yep.
here we have
Johnny and Gay Beecham. We have coming up on 14 years next week.
Wow.
yeah.
And
Next week. I didn't realize that. So this is their anniversary celebration along with our 200th episode celebration, right?
been the beach 8 in January.
Yeah.
8 years. Okay.
And again, they've been a part of Home Matters. Both these couples, again, both of them been very intentional. And I've known these guys for some time. I've known Johnny for decades now, even back to the days when we were athletes, still the athlete. Yeah, and we were so good. I was so good. Man, I was good. I was such a great athlete, ball player. But, it is what it is. And
yeah, make sure you hold that mic up so everybody can hear what an
It is what it
amazing
is.
ball player you were.
Yeah, and the further away I am from those days, the better athlete I was then. So
That's what it
Again.
seems like.
it's kind of the way it works, Jordan, you hush. You young man still. No, but again, I've known some of them a long time. Think back even beyond that. I knew Gay when she was just a teenager. And but again, and I've known you a long time, young lady.
Hey, we've mentioned this in several podcasts, but we are coming up on our 40th wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
So we're going to
What
do
are we
another
gonna do for
celebration
that?
for that. I hope you got a plan. I don't know for sure.
It'll be good.
We'll have to do a
But
special anniversary podcast.
We did want
for
to
that.
do something kind of different since this was our 200th. And
Right.
thank y'all for joining us
Our
today.
pleasure. Yes.
Yeah, to have you with us. And we just maybe throw out some thought and just talk some about what makes home and family, marriage strong, and a little diversity here. You hear from us a lot, and we want to talk to y'all. And again, we're going to let them talk back to us as well and maybe ask some questions. But
Yeah, they're 3 years, 14 years, 40, but doesn't matter what stage or maybe what season you are in your married life. I mean, there are challenges always, right? Everybody has challenges. 40 years in, I don't think there are as many challenges maybe as there were to start with, because you kind of, know each other better and you begin to deal with things differently, I guess. But let's go over here to Jordan and Emily because they're the most newlywed, and maybe some
3 years, isn't that
challenges.
something?
I know. I still can't believe it's been 3. I thought 2, but maybe some challenges early on, and both of you can speak to it that you've just had to deal with, maybe, and doesn't mean you're perfect in it already. Maybe you're something you're still dealing with.
Yeah, as a young couple, what's one of the things you'd say, man, it was kind of a tough time or tough thing that we've dealt with, but we've dealt with it or we're dealing with it. And I'd ask this, how would you help somebody else with that? Another couple.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing for us is we're both people who like to be right. And we're both very stubborn. Believe it or not, we are both very stubborn.
Uh-oh.
And so, yeah, one thing for us is like realizing that not everything has to be so serious and you don't have to be right about everything.
That's
And
good.
kind of surrendering
Glad you told me
your
that.
I
need
think she
to
said
be right.
you don't have to be right about it. I'm sure there's somebody listening that needed to hear that. You don't have to be right about it.
So as a young couple, y'all had some kind of breakdowns over, being right. Who's
Jordan's taking
No, I mean,
yeah.
we are people who, it's not like we'll get in a fist fight over it, but it could be the silliest thing some days, and I might be determined to be right in that situation, or she might be right in another situation. I won't admit I'm wrong, or whatever it may be.
Emily's demeanor's so sweet. I cannot imagine her being just
Oh, the
nasty,
sweetest
mean.
thing. Not spicy
Can
at
she
all.
be mean?
She's got a hint of spice in her at times.
I like
Hint
it.
of
Maybe
spice.
maybe not at
Hey,
church, but
This is a young dude, but he's very wise with his words,
Yeah, he
right?
is.
A hint
No,
of
yeah.
spice.
So
He didn't say
you
she's
basically
mean.
are saying though that you've learned that some things that you maybe take overboard.
yeah.
Make it too big of a
making
deal.
a mountain out of a molehill and stuff is not a big deal. And moments when either one of us realize we were wrong in the moment, it doesn't take long for us to realize it wasn't worth it. Because
That's good.
we were talking
Yeah.
about preparing for this podcast and what we value, and we talked about how we love our friendship, and like ever since we've been dating and met each other, like friendship's at the key of it and the heart of it. And so when we have arguments, it's like it don't last more than 15, 20 minutes, and we're just like, that was so dumb. Like, why are we arguing over something so silly? And it could be something serious, and it might go on longer, having more conversations. But we realize it doesn't matter who's right. At the end of the day, we're still friends. We don't need to argue over whatever it is.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to do premarital counseling with you too, and I know that we probably talked about this, but again, you're two different people, two different worlds, family of origin, all that stuff, and I love to hear little couples say we're so much alike, and then you get married and you realize we're not a lot
Boy, are
alike
you wrong?
after all.
Yeah.
Y'all, have you dealt with that some?
I mean, we are oddly very similar in things we like and dislike, but we are different in a lot of ways. Maybe how we organize something or how we go about doing our day, or just mentalities or certain things. But
good.
you don't know until you live together and you've been around each other 24/7. That
Yeah.
you realize all those differences that you never saw.
What about this couple over here?
Yeah, married a little bit longer, right? And I know that I think it's beautiful how Johnny and Gay are a blended family, and man, they're just so close. I feel like all your kids, and I think you've done a beautiful job with that. Maybe that was a challenge. I don't know. Maybe some other things, but I honor the job that you are doing and doing all. I see that, but
Has it been easy the whole time?
No, no, it hasn't. We've talked about it many times. That was the hardest thing for us was our kids are so different.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Madison. She's outgoing like I am. Dylan as well. And even Mackenzie. But Chloe's so laid back most of the time. Such a dynamic between the kids. Now they seem that they've always really gotten along well. Really, they're not around
For the most part.
for the most
yeah.
part. They were older. Chloe and Madison were 13
14, yeah.
when we got together. So that was a little different.
that's a tough age.
So did they live together with you in the home part of the time?
Because Chloe was with her mom.
Both of you now, again, just being transparent here, both of you product of divorce. That pain, right? Heartache. Again, we know God can restore and renew, but again, coming out of that, then you got. So you're telling me you got two teenagers that become stepsisters, and Any major deals that you remember? Gay?
Yeah, take that microphone, friend.
For me, like he said, Chloe was not as outgoing as my children. And so I felt like it was easier for him because my children like took up with him pretty easy, but I didn't feel like she did with me. And I kind of let that hurt my feelings, and I had to pray a lot. There was a lot of praying, a lot of forgiving, a lot of just trying to understand.
Right. That's not easy on either side, I'm sure. No, not easy for her. Right. Not easy for you.
You had to take the adult role though, right? You had to take that road.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But it's much better.
Yeah.
They've grown, of course they're adults now, and
I think one thing that
Push that mic over a little bit.
I think one thing that well, I think was with Chloe, of course, she was the only child. She didn't have any siblings and that thing. But I think it was hard for her to trust Gay because at the time, she didn't have a great relationship with her mother.
Mm.
Okay.
I think it was I ain't doing that kind of thing. I would talk to her and, this ain't the same, this is different, but, when they get that age.
Yeah.
That's just a tough age, yeah. Either way.
Or they ain't going to tell you nothing. And she would get quiet and wouldn't say a whole lot.
Now, let me change gears on you again. I don't want to ask all the questions here, but how did it affect you and your relationship?
Well,
it affected.
We had some struggles with it because y'all know, anybody knows me.
A lot of people out there won't know you, but tell us.
Try to make something funny. That's the way I deal with it.
That is true.
Deals with humor. Yeah, Jordan knows you well.
Don't take stuff sometimes literal. I just don't. Mm-hmm. If somebody says something to me that's hurtful, and she'll tell you this, in 30 seconds, I'm done with it. I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I bet Gay was not, though.
Sometimes that will bother her. You don't care. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this again. I don't want this to take all of our time, but with that, what did you do to make sure y'all were okay?
We had to tell each. I'll tell you this story. I had to let everybody know that this was my wife and she was first, and we were on the same team.
It's good.
I love that.
It's good. Even with a blended
Say that
family.
again in that microphone. Make sure. I love it. Yeah, just the fact that I think good for her that she knew that you placed her in that place, and then for all the kids to know that this is my wife. Yeah.
You get a little emotional there about that. You had to make that decision.
I love it. He's going to make me emotional. We didn't bring tissues today, y'all. Woo.
I had to have a conversation with my mom. Mm-hmm. That's the way I was raised.
With his mom, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to sit down with her.
Wow.
Sorry we're having switch mics there. But.
We sat down with her.
With Johnny's mom.
Johnny's mom.
Okay.
And he would have to explain to you. I still don't fully understand his background because I wasn't raised like that. So he still has to explain it to me 14 years later why they believe the way they do. So he would have to explain that. But
I hope somebody's listening to that. Again,
absolutely.
Family of origin matters.
Yes, it does.
When it comes to marriage and family and, especially blended family, again.
We would have never made it had we not had our background.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
you mean your background in faith?
Yes.
That's what you're saying with that. I'm putting words in your mouth.
She's got a strong mom. I got a strong mom.
Yeah.
Set her down and one day and say, "This is my wife, and if I got to choose between you or her, I'm choosing her."
So it was not as much with children that you had to do that. You probably had to do that at times.
We had very rarely. I mean, did we really have a whole lot of arguments with me and the kids, with her kids? If it was always usually me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a laugher, and sometimes you laugh at something and they think you're making fun, and that's just not me.
Right.
But I love them like they are mine.
Yeah. Good.
I feel like they're mine.
Good.
I love that.
But we had to make a decision.
That's so good.
We're on the same team. We told them, hey,
We talk about
we got
that.
to choose between.
Talk about that a
Yeah,
lot.
if you've listened through the years.
Well, what we always say is your family unit, no matter blended family or, however that comes about, can never be as strong as it could be if there's trouble here. In a home and in a family
Right.
where there's mother, dad, when there's, the couple, there has to be that bonding there, that relationship there, that strength.
Between husband and wife.
Yeah, between the husband and wife. That is the first priority. We say it all the time. Your relationship with God is first. And then after that, if you're married, it's
Yeah.
your relationship with your spouse. Has to be that way. So,
That's why God said
man,
it,
that's
right?
powerful. I love that. I'd say all of you have attended events that we do, been a part. We have several people that actually help us with the podcast. Jordan is one of those people that records for us a lot of times. But being part of, the ministry, how maybe has Home Matters, helped you, or how could you encourage other people maybe to tune in or to be a part, and not so much just this ministry, but making sure that they're prioritizing. You said it earlier that they are intentional.
Yeah.
I think part of being intentional is maybe taking time to do a getaway like we do, or watching a podcast or whatever. But what are some of those?
What's helped y'all?
What's helped you?
I would say, I was going to mention earlier with, a struggle we have is with church and work and stuff, we get so busy, we have to intentionally be like, all right, no, Saturday, we're going on a date, we're doing something. And one thing for us, family of origin, learning our differences. One thing that's been huge for us is when we make that intentional time to go to the Marriage Matters getaway, we get to see other couples and how they interact with each other and see other families other than just ours. And so we get to draw stuff. We don't have to draw everything from Pastors Eric and Gena or the couples we hang out with or go out to eat with, but we draw something almost every time. We're always, I have takeaways that sit in my mind all the time from the Marriage Matters getaways or conversations. I'm thinking of one breakfast place in Pigeon Forge where I'm still full from it, but we were there with probably 5 couples, and we were just talking across the table and just seeing how the husbands interact with their wives and the wives, same with their husbands. And just how, the dynamics are just so fun and so unique, and you can still draw something from just the respect they show. And in certain situations, certain conversations, how they handle it, whatever it may be.
Just knowing they champion or love marriage.
Yeah,
Love
like
that.
knowing they're there and there's no kids with them. They got babysitters. They paid for it because they know this time's intentional. We don't have kids,
good.
but we
love
know
that.
without a doubt when we have kids, we're going to get a babysitter because that's important to us. Whether we go to both in a year or just one a year, we're going to be there.
That's good. Love that.
We're also part of the small group here called The Cord, which is a group of married couples that we all read a book together and kind of go through that. And that's been really good. Not just like the reading of the book and kind of going through that together, but just interacting with other couples.
So good.
I love that. Just couples, we say it this way a lot of times in an event, couples that are headed in the same direction you are. Yeah. That faith is priority, that family's priority,
important.
and having the strength of that community, really knowing and valuing what you value. I think that's great.
What drew us here to Beach Springs.
Okay.
It's the family feel.
We're talking about the local church, right?
Local church. We felt like we were home.
That's
and
good.
We felt that people were real.
Yeah.
Somebody coming in and say, hey, no, just little boxed up sayings.
Right.
Boxed up sayings.
That's really what it is.
Yeah. And that,
And like I did for years, I seen all that stuff,
It's
I
good.
didn't want that. I wanted something that was authentic.
what keeps marriage for you? Just, again, kind of poking a little bit into your personal life, but what keeps it on the front burner, so to speak, for you as a couple? You 14 years in, still in love.
I still think she's hot.
Do you tell her? Do you tell her that?
I love it.
Do I tell you? Yeah, I tell her.
It's good. Yeah.
She knows I do, he said.
So you're still flirting with her
Yes.
after 14 years?
Brownie points for Johnny Beach.
Hey,
Yeah.
can't deny that.
It's good.
I was thinking about that a while ago. I remember my dad coming in from work every day. He would roll in. You could set your watch 5 o'clock on the button. He'd be home.
Mm-hmm.
He would come in, and I used to get so disgusted. He would just come in there and kiss all of my mama, just love on her, just
Wow.
every day. And I saw that.
I love
my
that.
life.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's just the craziest thing. And I used to think, Lord,
That's an amazing
Get
takeaway
around.
from family of origin, right?
Yeah.
You saw that. You
yes,
saw that lived
I saw
out. I love
because
it.
was-
Jay, what about you? How do you prioritize? I mean, again. No, I mean prioritizing relationship.
It's hard. I mean, you have to, like Jordan said, you have to be intentional.
Yeah.
You have to be intentional. Yeah, you're busy, and I mean, I'm retired, but I'm still busy. Doing all the things, keeping the home, keeping the grandkids, running here, running there.
He's not hurting for. He don't seem to hurt for a sense of confidence. You know, he's confident. Evidently, your love for him, your commitment to him. You do things to make that happen.
Yes.
You're intentional about that, right? Using that word, overusing it, maybe.
I mean, I feel like,
Yeah, probably
Oh,
all
man,
of us
all
could.
of
All
us
of us could do that.
I'm sure.
but,
It's good.
the thing I love about Johnny is he's always the same.
I love it.
He's always the same.
Love it.
I know what I'm
Good.
getting, and that I just love it.
Man,
Goes a
that's
long way.
important.
I didn't have that before.
Goes a
I had
long
to come
way.
home sometimes because I didn't know what I was going to get, but
That's
good.
pretty
always
incredible to say you know what you're getting. I mean, we talk about that a lot, just
Yeah.
consistency and who you are. Yeah.
I'm doing this series right now called Deep Fake. One of the things I hit on really heavy in that is
And that's
Just-
fake. Make that clear.
Yeah,
Because
fake,
it almost sounds like
FAKE.
faith. I just want to make
well,
sure.
it's just probably my
hear it.
little draw here, but
Maybe,
Deep
but-
Fake. But it's that thing of being authentic, genuine,
Yes.
real, always. And again, a lot of people get turned off because, especially I think in the faith community, the church world, there's a lot of inauthentic, a lot of kind of facade that.
Yeah.
But again, we're
Fluff.
going to run out of time. We don't want to go too long. Let's turn the tables again.
Okay.
Anything that you would want to ask, maybe for us, that you'd say as a young couple, that you may want to ask even for your friends, or blended
for
family, or a
friends.
couple that's further along. Anything you think that couples would want to know out there that you'd like to ask.
We're always looking for new topics, but
I would say, I mean, we're heavily involved, me being on staff and her helping at the church and whatnot. But how do you emphasize to new couples? I mean, we got some new ones who are joining the Cord and Young Married group and some people who are engaged. But how do you emphasize to them, like, hey, it's one thing to hang out with friends and go out, but it's a different thing when you go out with just the both of
good.
you. Because I think, I know some couples that
that is
they
good.
think going out with a group of friends is building your relationship when really it's not. It's just noise and you're having fun together. But I don't know what you would think about that.
that's funny because we've had this conversation before about couples that always want to be with other couples, and that's not a bad thing, right? But in a way, it's like, okay, so are you afraid just for the two of you?
Yeah.
There has to
be
be a
alone.
distinguishment in
Yes.
between. And again, that's a great question. I think that, again, is something that you have to realize and understand, that there has to be a vulnerability.
Yes.
I think sometimes couples can be afraid to be totally vulnerable with each other and have any conversation. There's nothing off limits that we can have together. And again, the whole intimate picture of marriage is that knowing of one another, that exposure to one another in every facet of your life, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally. There are places that you have to be exposed. And I think that is something that as a couple, that there has to be that willingness to get to that place. And again, it's not always easy, even though it should be somewhere a relationship that should be able to be very vulnerable and exposed sometimes in married life. So again, I think that's what we'd have to encourage couples to find. There's a place of intimacy between a married couple that can't be known in any other relationship.
Right,
And you may
that's
be able to
good.
draw from others, but that will not take. It will not take you to the place that you need to be as a couple.
That's right, and it takes time to get there. And I hate to use this word comes to mind. I hate to use the word disciplined, but I think just like you said, making that time just the two of you a priority, that takes discipline in your life. And I think you have to do that. And two, I was thinking of the fact of almost if you want to mirror your relationship with Christ, you know, it's great that I come to church on Sunday morning and worship with everybody else. But there's some point where I got to get face to face with God
really good.
alone,
Really
myself. Man,
Yeah.
I'm about to get not intimate, but emotional about that. Intimate and
I'm gonna
emotional.
leave the room.
No, but I think as believers, that's where we
Yeah,
struggle.
you have
A
to
lot
have
of
that
times,
time.
you know, we're at church on Sunday, and this is great, but
my fix.
I've got to get my fix. But I got to get face to face with God by myself.
By myself.
And I think the same thing. That's why this relationship mirrors that. We got to get face to face with one another.
It's good.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else y'all say? Hey, let's ask them. See if we can stump them, or see if we can, because we certainly don't know everything.
Well,
No.
I think for us, we're blessed to have, you know, two of our kids coming regular. You know, two, not one. You know, special occasions. That's about it. You know, how to go about, because even we don't know how to go about approaching that sometimes.
Talking about
Kids.
bringing them along in the house of God and
Now, to invite them without not browbeating, you know, beating them,
it's
beating them
good.
on the head. Because I grew up in an era, it's not out of them until you get them to church. You know, you keep telling them you got
Yeah,
to know.
yeah.
Even my, you know, my nephews and nieces and stuff because I'm concerned about them as well, about how to approach
They were
that.
all raised in church.
They were all
Yeah.
just
Then
like
all
me.
of a sudden,
It's not, doesn't matter.
What you think, hon, on that, Gena?
Two things real quick I would say is, I mean, it's obvious. You just love them where they are. I don't think it can be something that has to always be the conversation. They can know that you want them to come. You desire for them to have a relationship with Jesus. But I think that can't be like, okay, we don't want to go over there because we know what we're going to talk about. I think you have to leave the lane open, right, and the love there. For where they are.
And we're talking about adult children sometime
Right.
there
Yeah.
where they make their decisions. You know, the ideal is to be able to raise them together in a home where they're together with both parents. That is the ideal. A lot of people don't have that. So, again, with that, I would say that as children in their younger days, it is something that we know we do together. It's part of our family. But the other thing, too, is this, that you know, the way I perceive and the way I look at that, especially younger kids, they will pick up on my perspective of the body that I worship with. They'll pick up on that. They'll know that if there are issues or problems or things that I have within the body of people, and it's made up of people, we're a community of faith, but they'll know that. They'll pick up on that. And that's the reason you keep clean and clear with those relationships, and always allow the grace of God to be very much a part of that when it comes to how you deal with other people within the body. Our kids grew up, we're pastors at heart, and our life is filled with serving people, serving God. But one thing I'd say, raising kids, our adult kids are in the church, but raising our family, I think we kept it clean. And we're running
So
out
you're
of
talking
time.
about our the way we deal with the church or speak about the church.
the way we talk about it.
Yeah.
Our perspective, the way we perceive the body. You know, I love the passage where Nicodemus goes before Pilate and begs for the body of Jesus. And that is a picture of me, of his love and compassion for the body. And that should be true of us today, that we have a love and a compassion for the body of Christ, the body of Jesus, made up of
you just live that in
people.
front of your family, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That we're the example always, right? To our kids, to whoever else, that we represent him well, love his body well. Is that it? We're running out of time. Is that what you're telling me?
We are out of time.
That's fast. That went really fast.
Yeah, and happy 200, I guess.
I know, man.
Thank
And
y'all
this
so
was
much for
fun. We
joining.
might have to do this again sometime. I love
Yeah, I
it.
think we need to.
Part two.
Yeah.
Thank y'all again for being with us
Thank
again.
you
Hey,
so much. We love
always
you
out
guys,
there. I hope
all
this
of you.
helps somebody. Always remember.
Your home matters.
We will see you next time. Body of Jesus. And that is a picture of me, of his love and compassion for the body. And that should be true of us today, that we have a love and a compassion for the body of Christ, the body of Jesus, made up
you
of
just live
people.
that in front of your family, right? Yeah. That we're the example always, right? To our kids, to whoever else, that we represent him well, love his body well. Is that it? We're running out of time. Is that what you're telling me?
We are out of time.
That's fast. That went really fast.
Yeah, and happy 200, I guess.
I know, man.
Thank y'all
and this
so
was
much
fun.
for
We
joining.
might have to do this again sometime. I love
Yeah, I
it.
think we need to.
Part two.
Yeah.
Thank y'all again for being with us
Thank
again.
you
Hey,
so much. We
I
love
always
you
out
guys,
there. I hope
all
this
of you.
helps somebody. Always remember,
Your home matters.
we will see you next time.